freaking Joseph Smith was challenging people to duels, I think we need to go back to sword duels. Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily saying we need to bring back swords for the duels, but maybe fist fights. Maybe that's ableist.
I'm thinking more of like obsidian war clubs.
Welcome back to Midnight Mormons, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Cardinellis, and today I'm joined in the studio by Kwaku L, Brad Whitbeck Apostle 2029, and Will the Thrill Larkins. And today we're talking about a very important and interesting topic, the fact we need to bring back duels. Many people don't realize this, and this was brought to my attention by one Brad Whitbeck doing his copious research into the event. But we're all familiar with Joseph Smith being stuck in jail with his compatriots, and there being many of the rude and crass individuals outside who were their persecutors, saying all kinds of horrible things about their women, their culture, their people, so on and so forth. And he famously got up and he said, "Oh, ye, I don't know, messengers of the infernal pit or whatever. Either you cease now or I die now. You die or I die." Something like
let's
that.
get the full text of it.
Okay.
Because it's awesome.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm just doing the intro and I'm saying a lot of people didn't realize that that was him, as you say, challenging the person to a duel. We always thought it was him just kind of pronouncing this general pronouncement, but you say it was actually challenging him to a duel, which brings us to the point that we need to bring back duels.
Yeah, so basically, Parley P. Pratt was the one who related this story to people and figured that duels were common enough at the time. The understanding was there that it was common enough that he didn't need to go through and make this super
Are you bored
clear to
by
people.
duels, Kwaku?
No, I'm thinking about a duel.
Yeah?
Who I would like to duel.
Oh.
Keep going.
Yeah, so when Joseph Smith stands up and says, "Silence, ye fiends of the infernal pit. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you and command you to be still. I will not live another minute and hear such language. Cease such talk, or you or I die this instant." When he says that, Parley P. Pratt probably would have understood that as issuing a challenge for a duel.
So I mean, that's hardcore. How close to Alexander Hamilton's death was that?
So this is what, 1830?
I mean, because
1838,
that was
October 31st, and Alexander Hamilton's death.
Yeah, because I mean, that was a lot closer than people realize. You know what I'm saying?
July 12th, 1804.
Okay,
so 34-year difference.
Hamilton died a year before he was born.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's reincarnated in Alexander Hamilton.
Okay,
No,
so how does this inform our daily life, dog?
yeah, so I just was seeing like a interesting Twitter thread talking about how like this was a duel, a challenging to a duel.
Because Andrew Tate says we need to start walking around with swords, and if freaking Joseph Smith was challenging people to duels, I think we need to go back to sword duels. You know what
I
I'm
do
saying?
too. I legitimately do.
I mean,
Really?
it would solve a lot of problems. Like, people make a whole lot of a big deal out of stuff that doesn't matter. And if, like, your physical safety was on the line to a certain degree, I don't think you would push stupid stuff as much. There would be a lot less pettiness, I think.
Social media bullying would be nearly non-existent if people had to respond to in-person physical challenges.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily saying we need to bring back swords for the duels,
Okay.
but maybe fist fights. Maybe that's ableist.
I'm thinking more of like obsidian war clubs.
Oh my gosh. Macuajitos.
Yeah. I want to make it really just like you walk into a place angry holding an obsidian war club. The fear and terror and oh my gosh, that guy, where'd you even get that?
And look, I mean, at the very least, let's bring back Indian leg wrestles, right? Or stick pull competitions. Like, come on.
Dude.
We can do some form of physical contest.
There's a couple people. I'm not a violent person, but there's a couple people I would duel.
Hey,
oh my gosh.
Don't you have an open duel boxing
With Mike Norton?
challenge with Mike Norton?
Mike Norton challenged me to a boxing match. I agreed. He never responded.
Oh, man.
Really?
Yeah. And he's significantly bigger. He should have done it. He should have absolutely taken it.
So you're gonna come to fisticuffs
I would do it.
with with the guy.
Would totally box Mike
Hey,
Norton.
I'm gonna do it with a right jab and with a left hook.
Yeah, I'll rough him, I'll tough him. I'll go like 1920 if I need to. No, I would. The other person I would duel is Jacqueline Foster. I don't care if she's a woman.
Who is
Who's
this?
that?
This evil, demonic Twitter anti-Mormon woman.
It's
What-
not that Drew Offuella chick, right?
No. She's nothing to do with the church. She's just a TikToker.
Yeah, you might
No.
need a for that.
Oh my gosh, Pardon, what the heck?
And now
It's like old Moby Dick.
Drew would challenge you to a fight. And then if she wins, everyone goes, looks like he couldn't back up his words. That's the beauty of duels.
Yeah.
Because you could be battling Drew Afwalo. And if you lose, everyone goes, I know not to talk shits about Drew.
And you know who has the stronger position?
Yeah. Well,
Ish, kind of. You know who you respect more at least.
That's kind of Third Reichy. But, but
That's fair. Yeah,
I would duel Jacqueline Foster in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. She's evil. One of the most evil people I've ever encountered in my life.
Well, Quaku, on one of the comment reviews, one of the guys said he was going to train you.
I know, but Mike Norton never.
He never accepted.
He never
so
accepted.
Quaku never had a reason.
I would duel Mike Norton old school.
Now, see,
With
here's
a
the
sword.
question, though, is that there's this whole morality to duels. Like, in medieval times, for example, you could select your champion. You would challenge somebody to a duel, and then you'd say, okay, I'm going to meet you. When I was in junior high, it's like, oh, I'll meet you in the wash. The wash was, because all of our rivers are dry in Southern California, and so they're cemented, and they're called the wash. You know what I'm saying? So you'd meet there. Like, in Terminator, where, like, Terminator, in the semi, he chases him through that dry riverbed? That's like the wash. That's where you need to have your fights.
That's basically where we would go down there in a fence that's half broken down, and you would climb over it, and then you would build forts in there, and then you would go down there with paintball guns, and you would have paintball wars,
Nice.
you would find a homeless person in the fort.
Oh my gosh.
Because we built luscious forts. These were covered. They had canopies.
That's
They
awesome.
were amazing, and we found homeless people.
You ever settle a
sleeping
score
in them.
down in the wash, bro? Did you ever get in a fight? Will, you ever been in a fight, dog?
No, I've had a kid punch me once, but I didn't do anything.
You just turn the other cheek.
Because
kinda.
you're not a top G like Andrew Tate.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. No,
You
I
don't
I
carry
like-
around a sword around school, Will?
But here's the deal. I mean, if we want to be more humane about it in a more advanced society, why not do it with paintball guns? Right?
Dude, I gotta tell you, there is.
Well, no, there's a place in Chicago. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, the place in Chicago.
There's
or
a
what?
place in Chicago where instead of using real guns, they actually use paintball guns.
For dueling each other?
Somebody started it. They started paintball wars
It's kind of
in
cute.
a place
actually.
in bad Chicago, where they literally all they used were paintball guns. And they would,
This was a gang or what?
No, but it was just a part of Chicago, a town. And they wouldn't do real shootings. They would do paintball drive-bys.
How did that happen? It was okay, everybody, no more real crime. We're going to do this with paintball guns.
Literally, no. There's literally a place in Chicago where they decided to do paintball battles. And there would be people would drive by with paintball guns and they're
love
shooting
it.
each other.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
It's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Well, look, here
I love having you around, Will the Thrill.
It's great.
Okay, keep going. Quaku.
I think it's a good idea. I think our generation has gotten very, very soft.
Yep.
We don't like in-person confrontation, and half of Gen Z doesn't even know how to have in-person
You have
confrontation.
people who get anxiety for talking in front of crowds of people.
You're having this problem getting your musicians to show up to your band show.
Yeah.
To
Our festivals,
perform when they're musicians.
have signed and agreed to perform, and they have anxiety attacks, and they're afraid to go on stage. People are afraid to take phone calls.
This is why.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you know
that's
what?
a TikTok now.
Do you know what's weird?
Yeah.
So, Riley and I, we were getting her a car. We were switching out what car she had, and we were buying a new car. We called the guy. He said he got contacted by 60 people, and we were the only ones who actually called him on the phone. Literally no one else was willing to.
Dude.
And that was so weird to me.
There's a
MTC
mass spirit of anxiety that's that's
this
really
is
affecting
why-
people and
this
stopping
is-
them from doing normal things.
This is one of the great things of testimony meetings. It gets it so you can speak in a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I
Yeah.
Will
started
always
doing-
draw drops the freaking LDS church bombs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Of like
So
little
cool.
church, like,
I-
see, this
when
is why I have a testimony of this, and the comments blow up because of what he says. You know what I'm saying?
I
And I
like
get
it.
jealous.
When I was 5, I went up for the first time to do a testimony, and I did it for like the next like year and 2 years,
Nice.
and I would go up every Sunday, and not every Sunday, every fast Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, are you going to challenge somebody next Fast Sunday to a duel from the podium as you bear your
How
testimony?
would your
dog?
bishop handle that?
Like that would be so.
I bet I would
epic.
have to speak to my stake president, guys.
I get what you did there. I get what you did there,
Well,
dog.
Here's my thought. One, that's actually a very good point. I think that our church does help you become more well-adjusted. I think that minus the divinity, the sheer association, giving your children a place where they can practice public speaking. They all have a calling. They all have a role and a purpose. They're taught that they have inherent worth as children of God. And ironically, they have more cultural and diverse experiences as members of the LDS Church than you get without it. Like I've literally realized, even in Orem, Utah, your ward, you will have like 4 exchange students from Asia, like 3 Africans. You know what I'm saying? And then like
17 languages getting spoken in the
Yeah.
foyer.
it's like, whoa, that's actually really interesting. And then you go to like a super liberal part of Salt Lake City where it's like, we're actually progressive. And it's like 10 white guys.
Meaning you all speak English.
And they're all from like
All-
Cottonwood Heights. And that's it. Like you're all from the same neighborhood. They all vote the same. They all look the same. It's like, that's not, there's more diversity in my Mormon
and they
ward than there
kicked
is.
out the guy who didn't vote the same. You know, yeah.
Yeah, I was head of BYU Democrats. I understand when that happens.
Yup. Uh-huh.
But and then they try to ruin your life because
You
you're different.
lived it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm in favor of duels. It would make everyone tougher. And there'd be less bullies. And you know what? No, I can't say that's too far.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hey, well, who's the first person you would duel, dog? If you could duel, who was the first person you would duel?
I can't duel a woman, can I?
No, well, I guess you could. I mean,
it
look,
depends on what rules we hypothetically set up right now.
I mean, first off, what is a woman, Kwaku? And
All right,
second,
Going to the
Oh,
Matt
no.
Walsh?
Where's your beard, Carden?
Well,
in your mug.
I know. The 3 people who've tried to ruin my life the most that I hate with a fiery burning passion. Evan Jones
okay.
would duel him.
With what, that Obsidian Club duel, or would it be like
It could be bare knuckle.
Really?
It could be bare. We could both be naked. I don't care. I would do it.
Oh my god.
Actually, it's funny you say that, dude, because I had an English teacher when I was in high school.
I'm really terrified of where this story is going.
I know, it was crazy. Okay, I grew up right next to Cal Arts, which is the big, huge art
yeah.
school. It's very famous because it produces a lot of the animators that basically created Pixar, all right? And famously, Tim Burton went there, and you always see Easter eggs in animated films and a lot of cinematic films as well, towards Cal Arts, which was owned famously by Disney and so on and so forth. Huge property in Los Angeles. There's an apartment complex at the base of the campus that I lived in, and it was always full of tons of Cal Arts students, right? Well, anyway, Cal Arts has its student finals on display. You can go watch all the animation students and the claymation students and all of the film students' final projects at the end of the year. It's free. It's open to the public. And my mother, wanting to make sure that she had a cultured son, would always take me, and many of the teachers would oftentimes go to the productions there. Well, in 10th grade, I won't say his name, but it might have been Mr. Seeley. But anyway, he was a legend for this, okay? He decides when they're putting Antigone on at Cal Arts that he's going to go take his 10th grade students to go watch Antigone, the Great Greek play. You doing all right over there, Brad? Did you almost die?
I'm good.
So Mr. Seeley decides he's going to take his 10th grade English class to watch Antigone, the Great Greek tragedy play that we all had to read because Cal Arts was doing it. So he's like, sweet, gets permission from the teachers, gets permission from the parents, gets permission from the bus company, takes all the 10th grade class there. And the opening scene's a dark theater, and the Cal Arts students, super liberal, super kind of crazy artsy people, come out and do basically the first act, right? But in the second act is the big famous fight, right? And no joke, the dude comes in his toga and a big chain. And then the other dude comes in his toga and a big chain. And they completely disrobe. drop the togas until they're completely in the nude.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then start flailing each other with like these like chains that were designed to supposedly look like they had blood on them with like chocolate sauce, like it's in like Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock or something. So pretty soon you have these two completely fully nude drama students doing the great Greek tragedy Antigone, with like fake chocolate squirting blood everywhere all over these 10th grade students. And he just slowly sinks in his chair thinking my career is over. Okay. They go back to the bus. They leave. Not a single kid complained. And the next day he thought he was getting like fired for having taken the kids to like a
awesome.
nudist flailing display, right? Not a complaint. Everybody was just like, so that was interesting culture. And dude, he was like, I literally thought for the next 2 weeks, whenever I got called to the office, I was getting called by the principal to get fired. So yeah.
What you're saying is we should set up the dueling rules to be naked with chains.
Yeah. Well, Quaco said he'd fight this guy naked, and I just thought of that.
I don't want to be naked. I want to clarify. No matter what, name the time and place. There are very few people, I think, oh boy, this is a harsh sentence, I think have caused so much damage in this world to everyone they've met. If they got into a duel or a bloody, pulpy fist
Nobody
fight,
would miss him.
no one would miss them.
Okay, cool.
Oof.
I mean it.
Yeah.
If I tell you guys a story of
The man
Evan
who
Jones
shot
one
Liberty
day-
Valance, it's kind of like the man who shot Liberty Valance. You know what I'm saying? That's what the movie was all about. Jimmy Stewart and John Wayne.
the world would have been a lot better without that one German leader.
No, whoa, you're like Jeb Bush when they're like, if you could go back in time and you could kill baby Hitler. And he was like, hell yes. Like, you don't remember that?
You could go back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you? I need to know. And crazy. Hell yeah, I would.
He answered. Anyway, Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, look, I'll have to tell you guys a story one day, me and Evan Jones, but I think he is one of the most evil people who's ever walked planet Earth. And would duel. If they put me in a ring with him and they said only one of you can come out alive, and they
Okay.
gave him a wrench and me a toothpick, I would still win.
Oh my god.
Okay. We're going to end this little
That's good
podcast
confidence.
watching
Yes.
Jeb Bush say that he would kill baby Hitler. All right. So,
Wait, I want to know who you would duel, Carden.
oh, wait. Okay. Shoot. This one isn't working. So I'm going to have to actually go back to this. That's kind of funny. Who would I duel?
Please clap.
Please clap. Yeah. Hey, I actually thought please clap was funny. Okay. First off, Will, who would you duel, dog?
You have to go right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, Biden would probably be too easy of a fight.
Oh my god. How old are you?
11, but he's like 105, so.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, who would I duel? I think I have a tendency to think that it would be a historical figure. I don't know. I would challenge people to duels just to watch them chicken out. You know how Bill Reel chickened out of our debate? If he chickened out of a debate, he'd totally chicken out of a duel. So I'd probably like challenge John DeLynn. So all of the ex-Mormon community that thought, their leader was like a fearless.
Bro, we need a Mormon apologist versus ex-Mormon influencer boxing match. We need that, don't we? When I say everyone would watch, everyone would. Steven Smoot would be hosting a watch party. Lindsay Hansen Park. Everyone would. I don't know who.
It would be amazing.
Weight classes. Tanner Gilliland's Elf on the Shelf. Me versus Tanner Gilliland.
Yeah, you guys would fit.
Wait, but who would I fight?
John
How-
DeLynn.
John DeLynn, he's close to your height.
I think, I'm like probably 2 inches and 40 pounds heavier than him, dude. I don't think
You're also
we'd be in
10 years younger?
I don't think we'd be in the same weight class, dude.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's close enough. It's close enough.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu would be me and John DeLynn. Am I the tallest and the biggest of the apologists?
Absolutely.
And is he the biggest and the tallest of all of the
Dude,
antis?
you and John DeLynn, me and Tanner Gilliland, who would you box?
Please say it's not Mike Norton.
No, it's got to be like, Nemo.
Nemo. Oh, that's picking
I
on
would
an
feel
elementary
so
school.
bad about fighting Nemo.
That would be, you'd like flick his ears and he'd cry, and you'd go home and tell your mother and feel bad, and she'd be disappointed in you.
Who would Brad box?
I feel like I don't know how tall he is, but he seems shorter.
I think Brad would go up against RFM.
But he's so old.
Oh, you know what I would pay to watch?
What?
I would pay to watch John Lynn, not John.
John Lynch?
John Lynch. John
And
Lynch
RFM?
knock out RFM because you know John Lynch would freaking take him to the mat.
And they're close enough, like,
Yeah.
in age.
No,
and
John
height
Lynch
and
would
everything.
dominate.
Wait, who would Dan Peterson box, dude?
Oh my gosh.
Who?
Dan Vogel. The Battle of the Dans, right?
I would love that.
Okay.
I don't know if they're in the same weight class or anything, but I just want to see that. Yeah, I can't think of anybody who's like my height and weight. Oh, maybe Dan Vogel is actually, but he's so old again. Yeah, there's no one like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have to like get to that one. Who's that guy? That like, I don't know. I don't know that there's any.
Yeah,
actual-
we're gonna have to think about that.
I'd also
and
box
come
Yeah.
Bill Reel.
You'd box Bill Real?
Yeah,
No,
for
he
sure.
doesn't even show up to debates. He wouldn't show up to a boxing match, man.
Honestly, I bet if I ever fought somebody like Joe Biden, man, he'd probably go up there with like a sheet that tells him right punch first.
Yeah. No, Will, if you started boxing Joe Biden, he'd just try to start sniffing you and then be like, what's going on? What's going on?
Actually, I don't know. I wouldn't sleep on Joe Biden, dude. I've seen pictures of him as a young man. He was a handsome devil.
You also
And
see
when-
those pictures of him falling over on a bike.
Yeah, that's true. But like, whatever Adderall they give him kicks in, and he's like,
When his
back in
eyes get like
50s.
super wide,
Yeah,
he
like
got those wide Biden eyes.
when
Yeah.
he's in his no blink mode, because whatever drug they legalized to
Yeah, but-
intravenously give him in the morning, so he makes it through that first speech. Whenever that thing
Oh
kicks
my
in,
God.
like I think he would still have some game and a furious left
he's
hook.
got the power of like the 6-year-old kid he just sacrificed. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
dude.
He's got all that,
My gosh, what the
got
heck?
all that,
What is this?
all that adrenochrome
What
power in him, bro.
Okay, we're getting out of here. This is done.
Oh
This
my
is
word.
Midnight Mormons. We're shutting her down.